There are a lot of really great educational moments in Mickey Go Seek, but there's also one beautiful bit of animation that I absolutely adored in this that I found to be quite amusing that made this just a little bit more exciting. We also get to see a lot of the world that Mickey and friends live in because of the nature of the narrative. Mickey Go Seek is the 10th episode of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I will point out, as always, I am not the target audience in terms of age, but I'm addicted to Disney. I'm a very big fan of Donald Duck and Mickey. I just can't resist these for how cute they are. I like also analysing them to see how educational they are and how beneficial they are for younger children. And as always, I came to the conclusion with this episode that there are a lot of opportunities for learning, both kind of directly and indirectly, and which I will talk about in a moment. This was released in 2006, directed by Rob LaDuca, usual fantastic voice cast, including Wayne Allwine as Mickey Mouse and Tony Anselmo as Donald. We actually have pretty much the whole gang here: Mickey, Donald, Goofy, Minnie, Daisy, and a little bit of Pete, which is unusual because usually there's at least one of them who only really appears in the roll call and the hot dog dance. But actually, everybody's involved here. And this is focusing on a game of hide and seek. Mickey and Donald are playing hide and seek. Donald is very proud of the fact that he is a fantastic hider, and Mickey always struggles. But Mickey has an advantage today because we are there with Mickey. We are watching and able to help Mickey find Donald. So obviously that's a very interactive element. Mickey is asking the audience to help him on his quest to find Donald Duck in his special hiding place that Mickey can never find. I think that's great. Hide and seek, of course, is a very popular game for children. Whether children are familiar with it and can relate to that element, or if this introduces them to the concept of hide and seek, I think that is pretty great. We have some more direct educational elements, such as counting. I think the first instance was when Mickey had to count to 15 while Donald ran off and hid. So we have some kind of interactive counting elements there. And there are other opportunities for, naming colours. We have to identify Minnie Mouse's blue cookie jar. All of these different things that involve the children while making them think about shapes and colours and numbers. But what I also loved about this in terms of learning is that it taught the child to cycle. Now, obviously, I don't think any child will learn to ride a bike off of the back of this episode. But Mickey gets on his bike and he says pedal, pedal, pedal over and over again. If a child is perhaps scared of cycling or they've not built up the courage to learn to ride yet, with or without stabilizers, if they trust in Mickey and see Mickey as a friend, which is often the case when you're a child engrossed in a particular cartoon or TV series, it may encourage that child to learn to ride, and it may encourage them to say pedal, 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 and remember to actually pedal, which is basically rule one of riding a bike. So I thought that was pretty great. Very educational episode, a lot of little things that are more direct and some that are a bit more indirect. Great to see all of the characters in here. Very awkward moment between Mickey and Daisy at one point. As I said, we get to see a lot of the area where they live. There were buildings in this that I hadn't seen before. There was like a garage, there was another little house, there were several buildings that just popped out of nowhere. We get to go to the top of buildings that we've never been to before at this point in the series. Really a great exploration and really great universe expanding. I don't know if the young viewers will see it like that, but personally I felt like it was a lot more immersive and a lot more involved. So, my favourite animation bit is it's Donald. When Donald first appears after he ran off to play hide and seek. That bit of animation where he looks kind of angry and a little bit menacing. I just thought it was brilliant. I really enjoyed it. I thought that little bit of animation was just really fun. I don't know if it was meant to be or if it's just how I found it, being a big fan of Donald. If he's making an unusual facial expression or if he's contorted in a particular way, I'm going to enjoy that a little bit. But I thought this was really great. It's got all of the right things going for it. Educational, fun, well animated, interactive. Had this been the first ever episode of Clubhouse that I'd seen, which it obviously isn't, I would have felt very strongly about this series. It's definitely a really good contender for, not for one of my personal favourites, although I did enjoy it a lot, but in terms of one of the most beneficial for the young audience. It's got a lot in there that they can get out of. The more the child sees this with repetition, the more they will be able to get out of it, which I think is always a good thing. It's very, very thorough. Mickey Go Seek, absolutely a lot of fun, and definitely one of the quality ones we've seen so far.